I'm Brianna Clark, and this is for a right on right sacrum. So we're going to be working on a right on right sacral torsion today. When we have a right on right sacral torsion, that means that the sacrum is rotated to the right and side bent to the left, and then that the lumbar spine is rotated to the left and side bent to the right. So we're going to first work on correcting the structure. Afterwards, we're going to work on some flexibility, then some range of motion, and then we're going to go into a strengthening exercise. The reason why I chose to do this order is because first you want to correct the structure so that everything else that is done after can be done in a nice and neutral reset pelvis. Afterwards, we're going to be working on the flexibility. In this case, we're going to be working on the piriformis, which will be demonstrated later, because when you have a sacral torsion, usually the piriformis is in a shortened position, so we want to increase that and increase the length of the piriformis now that the sacrum is corrected. Afterwards, we're going to go onto the floor into a range of motion exercise to help increase the range of motion at the SI joint. It's a self-mobilization used to increase range of motion. And the reason why we're doing it in that order is because we've already corrected the structure, we've increased the flexibility. Now we're going to try and increase the range with the new flexibility that's gained. And then afterwards, we're going to go into a strengthening exercise on the floor as well to help maintain everything that we gained today. So to correct a right on right sacrum, I'll get you to lie on your right side, and we're going to rotate the spine to the right. So keeping it here, and we're going to rotate to the right. So you can hold on to the bed here with this hand. Yeah. So now we're already undoing that left rotation of the lumbar spine that was occurring when we had the right on right sacrum. From here, we're going to bring her into a flexion, and we're going to allow for her legs to drop, bringing her into a right side bend. Once we're in that position, she's going to isometrically contract her feet upwards, contracting her left piriformis to try and bring the sacrum back into that normal and neutral position. When we have a right on right, our left sacrum is in a shortened position because its hemibase is anterior, and our right piriformis is in a lengthened position because its hemibase, his ILA, is posterior. So we're going to try and use that left piriformis to bring the sacrum into that counter-nutated position and in that right position. So I'm going to ask her to lock her feet. So yeah, good. And we're going to bring her into a flexion here. I'm going to support her on my body. I'm going to be palpating at her hemibase here. Good. So I'm going to bring her into a rotation until I feel a barrier. So her legs down, until I feel a barrier. So now I feel a barrier here. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds. 10 seconds have gone by. I'm going to ask you to slightly press into my hands up towards the ceiling. Go ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. And relax. Once that's done, we're going to increase the flexion at her hips and increase the side bend here. So relax, relax. So we're going to hold that again for 10 seconds. And push into my hands for 6, 4, 5, 6. We're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times until we feel the correction has been done. In order to know that, you'll feel the left hemibase push into your fingers on her back here. The last stretch that we're going to do, we're going to hold for 20 to 30 seconds. So once that's done, we'll help our patient come out of the position. Good, and come up. Next, we're going to go into that stretch, so you can lie on your back. And we're going to go into that figure 4 position, so crossing your left knee, over your right. We're going to hold that here. It's a static stretch that you can easily do at home, so we're going to do it 3 times 20 seconds. To increase the stretch, you can put your left hand on your left knee and push here by pulling here. So that is stretching your piriformis. And because we want to keep everything balanced, we can do it on the right side, but if you only have time to do one, we would focus on the left side because it was already shortened. And good, 3 times 20 seconds. Good, you can come over here. Now let's go on the floor. And you're gonna lie with, on your left side with your right side up. You're gonna put a small ball in between the knees. In this one here, you can allow the feet to move because what we're trying to do is increase the sacroiliac joint range of motion. So trying to keep the core nice and tight here. So bring your ribs in. Good, keeping everything nice. And we're gonna roll forwards and backwards. So she can allow herself to roll forwards and roll backwards, allowing some opening here at the sacroiliac joint. And this one can be done bilaterally to make sure that there's proper movement on both sides. Good. And now let's get into the strengthening. So we're going to be doing a sideline clown. So we're going to find that pelvic neutral. So I want you to arch your lower back as much as you can and flex as much as you can. Good. And find the middle between those two. Good. Once we found the middle, we want to make sure that the ribs are nice and in, and that the belly button is being drawn to the spine, making sure everything up here is relaxed and that she's still able to breathe. What's important is I don't want you rolling backwards like this. I want you to maintain here as if there was a wall behind you that you don't want to touch. By having the knees at 90 degrees, we're going to keep our feet together and bring your knees apart. Good, and come down. So here we're using our external rotators, so mainly our piriformis and our glute max as an external rotator to get contraction here. By having the core tight, we're isolating the glutes and the piriformis in order to function properly, because they probably weren't when the sacrum was not in the proper position. That could be what caused, well, not necessarily what caused, but what allowed the sacrum to get into that position. So we can repeat that one. It's a strengthening exercise, so we can repeat that one about 3 times, 8 times. To make it harder, you can keep your feet together, so lift your knees. Good. Keep your knee there, lift your feet. Good. Keep your knee there, bring your foot down. Keep your feet there and bring your knees together. So that one is a strengthening, and I forgot to mention, so for the self-mobilization to increase range of motion, we can do that one 3 times 10 bilaterally. And that is all.